Okay, welcome back everyone to another Serenum Sokoban programming stream. So last time we got the boat movement logic working. This is a Sokoban game where you push stones around to locations on boats. And it took a while, it's taken a while to get here. Like any programming project from scratch, especially on a new operating system. Especially in a programming language that you're still learning. But yeah, that was a milestone that we reached last time. And so now that was basically one half of the gameplay. So now I want to do the second half of the gameplay, which is incorporating the stones and the stone movement. So in particular, if I, let's see, I tidied up some more of the level design, and so I want to create. I want to put this level in the game. This will just be like level 4. It requires just redoing some part of the right edge of the game so far, but then this will give us both a level that requires stones to be pushed around. As well as 2 levels with stones that require to be pushed around. I doubt that during the stream time today we'll be able to get both the land, the land pushing stone movement as well as the stones moving with the boats, but I'll try. Okay, so the first thing to do is just to get these new parts of get this new level screen into the game. This itself is straightforward since we just have a huge string that represents the entire basic game state of the game. Okay, so I need to do some OBS trickery things to get this to display. Window projector. Have that here, and then have the level here. I kind of want this to be bigger. I drag this. Windows, allow me to drag this without rescaling everything. Come on. Windows is so annoying. Okay. So now let's just add this in. So, where do we begin? Let's just add in the bottom 16 characters. So we've got we're gonna have to like modify a lot of this stuff the right side, but for the moment, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Okay, and then we've got a bunch of paths. Paths going right until the very end. Then we've got a roof, and then water until when? Until at location 5 from the end, it's a path instead. Path. Then roof, water going until there's boat, water, path. Boat, water, path. 4 waters. And then the next line, more roof, water, path, 4, 5, 6, 7. My phone is meant to be showing Twitch chat. I'm not going to sleep. Stream manager. Okay. So, water, path, water, path, roof, path, roof, path, water. And this is kind of similar. Path, roof, path, water, path, roof, path, roof, path, water. Water, path, water, path, grass or tree. It's kind of, it's going to be a tree. Path, water. Okay, now it's back to the roofs. Roofs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stone. Water. Path. Roof. Path. Roof. Path. Water. Roof. 7 waters. Path. Roof, path, roof, path, water. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stone, water, 7 paths, and then roof, water, stone, water, and then it's just waters all the way. Okay, so now that's the new level added. So now we want to modify the last 4 columns of the previous screen. So this is now a roof. The stone is still there, but this part gets modified a fair bit. Okay, so now it's these bottom 3 are now all roofs. And then roof, path. And then it's a path up here. It's another path up here. This is a roof. That's a roof. Okay, and I think that's it. Okay. Let's save, compile this, and check it out. Close this. There's also a bunch of debug messages here I should probably get rid of. So yeah, this attempting to move the boat in direction will clear this out. Okay, but in order to get there, we need to now do xclb codex sokoban.lbc, and then where we want to write the file, which is in productor sokoban. We forgot to give it write permission. Oh, we should also change the starting position of the character. So instead of being like at the start of the game, which requires moving the first boat, we should just move the character to the start of this screen we added. But yeah, for now I'll just play it, but we'll do it. We will remove the boat movement direction, debug messages, and change the character. Okay. Oh no, it immediately failed. Okay. Right, because we updated the dimensions of the map, but some of the variables in the code here need to know the dimension of the map ahead of time. Okay, so lots of things to do. And yeah, once we've done this, we'll then start doing the main thing of today, which is to start implementing the ability to push the stones around. Okay. So where is the first debug message? Is it in attempt to move character? No. There's one here, the bounding rectangle. And I imagine there's one in here as well. Okay, for attempt boat move. Here it is. This one we want, since this is actually like an error message. And then here. Get rid of both of those. Okay, so now we get up to this character position stuff here. Oh, good grief! Did I accidentally delete something? Hopefully not. Yeah, so instead of the play starting at 2, 2, we want them to start at the bottom left corner of the final screen. So the final screen is 4 screens across, so 0, 16, 32, 48. So the X position should be just 48. And then the Y pos will be 1 before like the final index of the vertical screen, which is 12 square, so the index is 11, so we want to start for 10. Okay, and now we need to find out where the dimensions of the screen are kind of baked in. I'm expecting to see something like this, and we'll need to change the 48 here to 64. I think it's in the G matrix, which is the game matrix, which is a global. Yeah, here it is. So we want this to be 64. And we'll see if that's it. Let's try compiling again. Oh, and now I've added this in. We can go back to the usual screen. Okay, compile, but is going to run, and it did. Okay, this was kind of what I was expecting. But not exactly. We will need to edit this. But yeah, The boat moves around, of course. Okay. So yeah, what do we need to fix? There should be a gap. So in the line where there is the tree or the grass, there should be tiles instead of roofs. Okay, let's fix that. And then we can get on to programming the stones. So I think I'll try and just get the stones rendering first, as well as where they're meant to go. And then that will potentially help with debugging stuff in the future. And then we'll get into the logic of moving them around. So yeah, we're going down and fixing this line. And yeah. Okay. That should be better. Fingers crossed. And then now it's on to the main thing. So we want to do this. We want to implement the ability to push stones around. So I'm thinking the way we should set this up in terms of the data in the program is similar to the map. That is to say, we just have another string that will just pass, but this string will just have the information of the stones and where they're meant to go. And then we'll put that into something kind of like the game matrix, in the same way that we did before. And then we'll just get that rendering as well. And then once we're at that stage, we'll then start implementing the the logic of detecting like when the character can push a stone and when they cannot, and when a boat moves to like move the stones around if there's any stones on the boat and this kind of thing. Okay, so this is the game string, but I feel like it should be called, we should rename this like the map string. Okay, and then the game would key is the map string. No. And similarly, we want to now define the, I call it the stone string. And we need to superimpose all of the stone data in the game on top of this. There's not too many to add. So let's just figure out where these are going. Okay, so in the case of the fourth screen, there's a single stone to the right of the tile, and where are we? We want to do Serenum. I said first 3 levels. Okay, and then 3. Okay, and then 3. It's okay. Let's do what we did before. Okay, so we need to do, on this part of the screen, we've got we need a symbol for where the stone's meant to go, as well as for the stone itself. I kind of want to just use the hash symbol for the stones. So perhaps here here, and then here. And then in terms of where they're meant to go, maybe like an asterisk would be fine. The asterisk itself kind of looks similar. Maybe like an X for like X marks the spot of like where they're meant to go. Yeah, I can see this working. So X, X, and X, and then over here, there's just a single position here. Okay. Okay, so that's in the game now. So let's get on to cleaning up the rest of the string. So the thing, I'll just use dots for everything else, just to indicate there's kind of nothing going on. I can delete this right now. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so then we want hash dot hash dot hash, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 x, 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 and then over here, oh, I forgot to add there's meant to be the stone here, right? So what, that's like 5 from the top. And then if I just go along, we want an X here. Okay. What did I just do? Like, not having an undo in this editor is like, it's wild. It just makes me extremely way more cautious than usual. Okay, and then so yeah, so we got that stone string stuff. We can forget all of this. Save. So now we want to get this thing in a similar way to the level string and the what's it called, the map string. We just want to get this into a matrix, and then we don't have to. Then life is easier. So let's make a global for that and create a similar procedure for processing this stone string into that global matrix. So the globals are here. Where's the game matrix? The game matrix, not the very first thing. Here it is. The game matrix here, and then we want variable 1264. We'll call this like the S matrix for the stone matrix. And then we want to process this. So how does the processing work? presumably in main, we call something to process this very shortly afterwards. We'll do this later. Oh, we just included immediately down in here. Okay. But we use this tile switch game string to do it. And the game string is now known as the map string. So this should be changed. How should this work? Do I want to think of the stones and places to move them as tiles in the same way? I think so. I think it would be fine. In such a case, though, okay, an easy thing to do would just be to expand the tile switch procedure to say, if you see an X, make the tile this. If you see the hash, make the tile this. But then the dot here represents water, which we don't want. So I kind of just want this to be empty or like a debug instead. So maybe I'll make these commas instead. And then this it's still really recognizable as like a blank thing, right? But we'll ignore them. Okay, so let's do this again. In moments like these, you need Emacs. 1, 2. You know, it's like, there's a, maybe this is a faster way. Oh. This better be the right number of lines. We've got 4, 4, and then we've got 4 here. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So let's modify the tile switch here to include these things. So we want to make two tiles, the tile for stones and then the tile for the goal. And then we'll need to add those into the tile switch procedure. So where's the tile enum? Here. We want to say absoluta stone tile. And absoluta goal tile. Now we want to switch on these. So for the tile switch, we want to say here cv byte equals stone, and then cv byte the goal. And then also too, if we come across the comma, just don't bother. We can just say continue. Oh, actually, we kind of need to return some tile though. So maybe we can have something like tile blank. This. Actually, I don't think this is the right place to do it. We don't want to be calling this if it's a comma in the first place. We'll just put that in an if statement in the processing. Okay, so here we want to refer, what are the names of these? Stone tile, semicolon, and then goal tile, semicolon. Okay. So now back to the processing. So we kind of just want to do the same thing here as we did with the map string. So yeah, tiles. So here we want to say N8 character is equal to the stone string. And this is a globe. I guess, yeah, this is like a string of strings. So yeah, it's just the same thing. Get the pointer to the first string, dereference. Get the location of the jth character in it, dereference. And then if the character is equal to the comma character, continue. I'm just leaving it as continue here for the moment. I'm forgetting what the latter name is. It's like proceed or something. Let's look it up. Yep. Proceed. Otherwise, we want to switch it. So then we say tile switch. The stone. Wow, we don't even need to do that. We just want to tile switch on the character. And then we want to set the stone matrix to this tile. Already I feel like there will be some compile bugs. So let's give it a go. That was right. Necessarily quad game height appellator. So line 5, 6, 7. Oh, did I delete the definitions of these? Damn, I think I did. Okay. It is okay. We can say, oh damn, what's the data type of it? I guess we'll just take it x60 for game height. Directly, game height equals map string dot m, and then n64 game width is equal to map string. Let's just take the very first of these, dot m. Compile again. Do you not understand a spatia and a byte? I think it's because I was using double quotation marks. Line 589. And already in this currently under construction compiler, in this programming language, the error message is better than Microsoft Clang C++. There was something I did where, as you do in C++, you get this completely obscene error messages in output, and eventually I tracked it down to like quotes instead of single quotes, and I was like, yeah, thanks for spilling out 3 pages worth of like error information, C++ compiler, instead of like what's in front of me right now, which is something that you figure out what it is very quickly. But I forgot another parenthesis. same place, 589. What? Expected it's gonna take us so long to get used to this comma convention. Hopefully that's it. I guess we'll see. And then if this compiles, we'll start changing the rendering code to draw this stuff. And it will be a slightly different from usual. Like, we don't want to completely paste over any given tile with these other tiles. Like, you want to be able to see, is this like a stone on a boat? Is this a stone on a path? Etc. And so, okay, let's see if this runs. Of course it didn't. It crashed. Index not within bound. Line 577 when we're calling something from the fulcra. Okay, 577. Did I mix up the height and width calculation? I don't think so. Like, when this thing is split, the height is just the number here. It was 577 specifically, so what's this failing? And it said like 64 index out of bounds. Is it because I need to dereference this? I think so, since this is like a pointer, and then we dereference this and we get another pointer to the actual thing. Let's try that. And all of this because I accidentally deleted the code and there was no undo button. Or no git. But git is in the process. A better replacement for git, actually. is currently under development for this operating system. Okay, it's not crashing, so that's the best we can hope for. So now we want to do the rendering. So we've got this stone matrix in the game. So currently we're doing the rendering all within main here. And what's happening? Yeah, we're just saying go through the G matrix, get the color, get a color to draw the tile, and then just draw that thing. So we could do a similar loop for the stone matrix now. But instead of drawing the tile to be a full size, we want to draw it something smaller. And right, all of this is just temporary until we get the logic of the game down. And then we'll do another pass on actually like being more artistic and making the game have tiles that are not just like single colored squares. But so all of that in mind. Also, what's like screen time? Let's copy and paste this. And let's annotate it a bit too. So here we want to say draw the draw and we'll just draw the map. And here we want to draw the stones. And we can do a similar thing. We want to say, so I'm expecting in this, since some of these tiles are 0, because we like skipped over them when we passed it, I'm expecting a lot of debug squares to get drawn. So I would expect after this initial pass, the screen is mostly purple with like the stones in the places. And then we'll come in and we'll, I want to just check, I just want to remember that's how the compiler is doing this thing. So yeah, so we go through this and we can say tile color switch the stone matrix, and then what's this part doing? Oh, one of them was commented out. Okay. I guess we can just get rid of that. Leave that in. I really don't like this in the editor. It's weird. Like the behavior is unexpected. When I press like backwards, when I press delete, this is unexpected behavior. So yeah, we've got the tile color. Like yeah, why does the cursor just suddenly drop down? It's unclear. And then in this part here, we want to change it a bit. We also want to modify this. So we want to say, we want to first of all get like the tile, and if it's 0, move on. So we want to say n8 tile is equal to this thing. And then C tile. We'll add this in once we render. Tile color equals switch the tile. Then when we draw this rectangle, we want to change it slightly. So yeah, before we actually do like another art, like an art pass on this, we'll just make the stones and the goals like smaller squares that we're drawing on top of everything. So I think for the tile size here, we not only want to make it smaller, but we want to like offset it so it's still being drawn in the center. But this means I think this just means adding in adding in some extra offset. Okay, so we have corner. Okay, line 690. So let's modify. Let's add in some more constants. Where's the tile length stuff? See screen tile width. Where's this stuff defined? Oh, did it, I think we may even have calculated this. Still weird. I kind of expect like tile size equals number in the code. This is not the correct place for this. Okay. Copy. Should go in screen geometry. Okay, so that's 50. We want to make the rock size absolute, like rock tile size or something. It's really like stone. stone tile size. Like this should be big, but not as big as the canvas. So maybe 40, like 30. 40 is maybe a bit too big. We'll see. We'll test it out. We'll leave this as 40. And then and for the moment, while these are like representing the same thing, we'll call them like stone goal. But I'll make it clear this is just like a temp. This is temporary. Stone goal tile size. So in the rendering, we now want to say we want to add an additional offset to this. That is to say, we want to add in when we're drawing this rectangle in the top left position, clearly we want to offset it by like 5 and 5. But how do we get the 5 and 5 from the 40 and everything else? We'll just like hard code it in at the moment. The QCAS. We'll do it later. It's all temporary anyway. 5 is 5. And then down here is where we want the stone goal tile size. Let's try and compile this. I added in a comma and still it's not liking this. Expected semicolon after variable assignment. What? What? Maybe the error occurs before this. 6, 8, 9. What just happened? And also it should be like the stone matrix instead of the G matrix, right? 6, 8, 9. Yeah. Well, I was expecting a semicolon before this. I don't understand. Oh, it's because it doesn't, yeah, it's not, there's weird things happening with the brackets here. We're just looking up something in the S matrix, so there's no need to have that extra bracket or comma. But we need a comma in the line afterwards. Like, there's something so odd about this choice, like deep down, that it's like really difficult to remember. I think it's probably because in, like, you know, parentheses are used ubiquitously in any mathematical notation, and like at no stage in any mathematical notation is there ever a comma like that. It's always just closing brackets. I would posit that's why it's so difficult for me to remember this. Okay, it's doing its thing. Is it gonna run without crashing? Remains to be seen. Okay. And good, yeah, this is what I was expecting. Yeah. I kind of like the look of this. This is actually just looks like an interesting game, but not exactly what we're going for. Okay, so now let's do add in the C statement, and then just check it out. So now I want to say C tile is equal to 0. We want to continue. In other words, we want to prove where are the macrons? Is it 691? Macrons on everything except the last E. 691. Proceed. And we'll wrap this up. Compile. Huh? What? Did I spell this wrong? Again? Let's just copy paste it. It's the easiest thing to do. Like, I don't see how I spelled this wrong. Like, these are the same. These are fine. Oh, what? No, there is a... Oh, I accidentally added a macron to the end. Yeah. Even though I thought I wasn't. No, I didn't. Even though I didn't intend to. Okay, and then this will give a way for us to visually check that the stones and the goals are in the right place. And then we can start doing the movement stuff. Okay, that's fine. Reductor Sokoban. Oh, but we're getting a debug color, and that's in the wrong location. Not great. And I should move the character position. The goal color square over here isn't rendering either. It's kind of concerning. I think we kind of forgot to add in what the color should actually even be. So let's fix that. Well, also, you gotta, like, if you can hear the horns honking in the background, like, you gotta love New York City. It's like it's a rite of passage to drive in New York City and just get honked like every 30 minutes. I'd say something like that. The first and last time I drove in Manhattan, it was like honking at regular intervals. So we need to update the tile color thing, and also the character position. Let's do the character position first. Let's move them back. So we want to start them off where? I'd say like here-ish. So on the third screen, starting at y-axis 1, 2, 3. If it's the third screen, we want 16, 0, 16, 32. And then we need to modify the tile switch color to render the things. And we might need to change the position of some of them too. I think. So yeah, tile color switch is being changed. Where is that? We have tile switch here and tile color switch. Line 022. We want to copy these things. 0, 2. So we want to say if the tile is equal to a stone tile. Let's give it a different color. We want to return, let's just say stone color. And then if tile is equal to a gold color, we similarly want to say, it's just, it's not a gold color, it's gold tile. Send that back. We now should define the stone color and the gold color. So, stone, gold, gold, So absoluta stone color. We'll decide what that is sometime. A couple of seconds, and then the gold color. Okay, so why don't we make the stone color like significantly darker than the rock color? So the rock color is a gray, so we could almost make this something near black. So perhaps like 3-3, like 2-2, 2-2, 2-2. And then for the gold color, yeah, what would be like a temporary color that's not a total eyesore? Maybe something that's almost white. Like, let's try ease. Okay, compile. And we'll likely need to change the we'll likely need to change the position of some of these two. And then we can begin on the more fun part, which is the logic programming. And then after that, at least the second screen in our game will be playable. And then we'll do the boat logic if we have time. And that will then we'll unlock the third and fourth screens. And basically at that point, the gameplay is kind of complete. And then we get onto the... by then we resist the urge to immediately release the game, which is what happens in many developers. They're like, I've got something that's working, release the game. We're going to work hard to make it look better, have menus and some other kind of things. Okay, so we want to move the stone here down by 1. The goal here isn't rendering either, which is weird. And on this screen, the stones are there, but the goals are not rendering either. So yeah, so in the game, this is not going to happen. Like when you press left or right here, you want these stones to move and get pushed. Okay, so we need to track down. Okay, so we're moving this stone down, and then rendering figuring out what's happening with the goals. Okay. Okay. So this one is moving down. And then what's happening with... Yeah, the level would otherwise be impossible if that was up. What's happening with these goals? Why are these not rendering? Like they haven't been rendering for like a while either. It's whoa. Why didn't this give a compiler error? Just having the word like goal tile on the line, I'd kind of expect this. I feel like the compiler should have said what are you doing? Just like having a declaration of something like this on the line. Okay. Let's compile this again. It's like game development in the early days must have been so time consuming. Like having to program stuff in like assembler, like it puts such a cap on. Yeah, it's such a cap. Okay, okay, the goals are now rendering as these white squares, but one of them is out of place. And what about on, okay, so we're moving one of the goals on that screen. And I feel like that one's meant to be down as well. Is the level even possible to solve like that? I don't think so. Yeah, I think it's impossible like that. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we're moving, doing the thing. But otherwise we can basically move on to the movement logic, which is great. Okay, so we've now got the stones in a matrix. We need to move them around. So the presence of these stones affects the player movement, obviously. Like the player can't push a stone like into a wall or into the water. And so we'll need to change a couple of procedures and likely write some new ones as well. So I think the first thing to do, we're going to have to write something kind of like, is movement possible? But for the character, how are we currently doing this logic? Also, this entire like update game state, I feel like this should be happening in a separate procedure. At least it has in like every game I've made. It's the time to factor it out now. I kind of want to put this in a separate procedure. Okay, let's try and do this, but we'll think through, we'll first of all think through if it will have a huge number of breaking inconvenient changes. So I think for one thing, this line is just everything here are globals. So we can just factor those into like the very first core of like process input. I think that's fine. So let's do that first. Process input. Okay, and then what's the main? And then here I want to have update state. Like the main loop shouldn't be difficult to like read and traverse. Okay. So we want to wrap all of this up. So we have like space key down, which is a global. All of these things are globals. It's fine. These things are being defined locally in here for the state. So we're detecting some key presses. And then let's just clear that out. We're putting all of these into an array. And then we're saying try moving the character in these directions. And then that's kind of it for the current update the game state. Then we're saying if we're like not boating, just do the character move, otherwise do the boat move. Okay. This should be really easy to wrap up. As in, I claim I can just do Control-C, paste it, and we'll be fine. We'll just see. Let's give it a go. So we have process input, and then update state. Why is like the character rendering happening here? This is not the place anymore. Procedure update state. Paste. That's obvious. So yeah, we toggle this boating state. Then figure out if some keys have been pressed. Store those things in, store the movement versions of those in the thing, and then for every possible movement in there attempted, skip it if it's false, otherwise check to see if we're moving a boat. If we are, try and move it. So we're going to have to update this now to like we're gonna have to update attempt character move to deal with the stones. And then we're gonna have, but the attempt boat move will be updated, but for like a different reason. In that, like, whether or not the boat moves has nothing to do with the stones, but we're gonna have to like copy any stones that are floating on it, in a similar way that we actually do the boat, you know, like we did last time, to stop with like the bad rights. Okay. So now we're going to update the state. So let's clear that out from the main procedure now. And I kind of wanted to move the render the character thing down a bit as well. And like render itself should also be a separate procedure as well. Let's just try and compile this now, and then we'll wrap up render in a different procedure too. Like now there's getting to be too many lines of code that I'm like, we need to do some organization. Okay, looked like this factored out trivially. But the true test will be if the game still works. As always. Yep, looks like it's working to me. Okay. I'm gonna just get my iPad since my phone is misbehaving a lot. But yeah, next up is factoring out the render. Okay, factoring time. So now let's just make a procedure called render. Or rather like render screen. And okay, what? Can we just copy and paste all of this? But even then, it's not really like render screen if we have this separate render character procedure. It's more like render tiles. I think it makes more sense just to have a general render function procedure and then we just include that in it. It's like something separate. Okay, so, or even actually like consolidate them possibly. Like it's not as if we're calling render character multiple times. Is it that big? We wanted to move it anyway. Yeah, I feel like this could actually just go in we'll see. I'll copy it for now and paste it above noob main. But below a render. And we will call it like render tiles. I always call it render. And then render screen. We want to copy all of this. This stuff can go. So also, what's the purpose of having all of this logic here before we like set up the frame? Not immediately clear. Because that we use the tile offset info down there. Okay, so that should be changed. So yeah, we do like a noob start frame. You get micros, whatever that does. And then we just start drawing stuff. And everything here is either using a global or this tile offset we calculated at the beginning. So yeah, we should be able to copy paste everything. Famous last words. Render screen. Let's move that later to even here. And it would be good if we actually copy it before we delete it. So yeah, start it, do that, and then just draw the background color. Which we're currently setting here to be El Gray. This should be a constant. So let's call this like background color. And we'll set this to light gray to begin with. Where's our like color absolutes? I feel like it should kind of go with debug. Absolute, or even above it, background, color. And if I were to do this, we'd get a compiler error at the moment. So we just want to copy in what the light gray is, which in this case is the D's. And then let's just move this up. And then we do this. And we draw them up. The tile color, draw the new rectangle. Then we draw the stones and the goals. Get the tile, put 0 and move on. Get the tile color. What just happened? We can get rid of this. Now we render the character. Okay. So now our main loop should be significantly tidier. It's just the same 3 procedures that happen in every single game. Okay. Let's try and compile. This looks promising. Okay. Nothing nightmarish happened in that factoring. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so now we can get on with the movement. I feel like it's like the 20th time I've said that. But we really can now. I mean, look at this. It's like, it's just We don't need to touch the main procedure many more times. But actually, while we're talking about refactoring, all of this is like initial setup of the game. Maybe we should refactor. We should refactor this stuff as well. I feel like I kind of really want to do that. Because once we do that, I can then move like this level data to like almost the top of the file, which is I think what it should be. Like I want the main procedure just to be like really easy so that anyone reading this in the future, including myself, they're like, how does this game work? Like, you know, when they get down to this part, it's like, oh, it works in the way that I'd completely expect. It's just do that, and then render it. And so likewise, I want all of this to be organized in a way that takes as much time, if less time, than to just like read that. Yeah, I really want to tidy this now again. There's no need for this line anymore. Like we can't put string split in the global scope, but why not just define it as like some absolute, and then if we're allowed to, and then just call it with a pointer. In either case, how should this be organized? I feel like both of these are simply filling up the matrices, and so that's kind of actually all that's happening. So maybe this should be called like process game strings, maybe. Yeah, let's do that, and likewise there shouldn't be any globals that we're calling. Like okay, we do use the game height and the game width, but it's just for the string splitting stuff down here. Yeah, let's copy all of this. We'll call these like process game strings. Okay, process game strings. Paste this in. We'll just go to that. very first thing we do is process the game strings. Semicolon. And we set the position of the character. Okay, let's check. Okay, doing its thing. Yep, looks like it's working to me. Okay, so now this is significantly tidy and the main procedure doesn't give me an aneurysm when I look at it. And in particular, it's now like super easy to set the initial position of the character whenever we want. So, I feel like some of this code to learning Brevis can be cleaned up as well. Or maybe not. I like having the struct here. This stuff I think can go. Well, okay, maybe not. Okay, we're gonna keep all of this here. This is beneficial. Okay, so now for the 21st time. Let's do the logic. But now we know how to do this. We want to go to update state. And then in particular, we want to zoom in on the attempt character move. And yeah, why is render character here again? Why are we declaring render character twice? Weird. Let's not do that. Again, really surprised there's not a compile bug. So here we are, attempt character move. Yeah. So yeah, so really how's this gonna work? So first of all, we need to check if the character can even move onto a boat space or a tile space, which is exactly the same things happening before. So it's at this point here that the logic bifurcates. Because now we need to check if there's a stone on the tile. Check to see if the tile, or if the space has a stone tile. And then if it does, we'll need to check if the stone itself can move into whatever, if this, yeah, right, if the stone itself can be pushed. And yeah, if there's no stone tile, whatever, the character can move the same as usual. If there is a stone, that's when we're gonna write we need to do some more direction kind of stuff. But yeah, for the moment, I'm going to take a very small break and be back. Now I have a snack. So yeah, we need to check to see if the space has a stone tile. So now we need to use the S matrix in the adjacent tile. Good thing we did the stuff with vectors. So we want to say we're kind of like the adjacent stone tile, or like, yeah, it's clear what this means. The adjacent stone tile is now the S matrix. It's basically this line, but with the appropriate modifications. So it's the adjacent stone tile. There's no need for that, that's all it is. Okay, I want to compile this. Just to check now when we try and move into a cube, into a stone, nothing, like, the character doesn't move. Mm-hmm. This is good. Like, what is the time? Okay, we've been streaming for 2 hours. We'll definitely. There's a really good chance we will get this logic, this part of the logic done before 3 hours. And we might actually be able to do a kind of copy pasta for moving the stones in the boat movement. Like, the hard part with the boat movement was calculating the boundary rectangle and then doing the copying in a way that didn't erase information. So we can just reuse the rectangle in that and basically reuse the, like, just make a copy of the procedure. Like, I think this, we might actually be done by the end of like 3 hours. It should be fabulous. Yeah. Which is like, it's moments like this where I'm like, yeah, if you're like, you don't have to be astounding at programming. If you're even just decent, within 3 hours you can just like program a bunch of functionality from scratch. No need to go into like, you know, Unity user guides or whatever to like, you know, how do I change like the background color? Like, no need to use like ChatGPT for like, how do I add 2 vectors in this like game? Like, it's you just program it. Okay, so yeah, so here there's potentially another out of bounds array error, which is something we should get around to doing, but I don't care about it this stream. Let's add that to the to-dos. Deal with out of bounds errors in a. Really, I don't want the game to crash. Like, I want instead like an error message to appear that says like something bad's going wrong. So I should really say like check for out of bounds reads on G matrix slash S matrix cause and stop the program from crashing if such. It's not really stop, it's like prevent the program. And prevent the program from crashing in such a case. Okay. To do later, for the moment. Yeah, so here we'll want to say we want to check like the adjacent tile. And 1, we want to check this is like a boat or a path, and if it's not, we just cancel it immediately. So now this is going to be the okay, we're gonna have to do another direction calculation thing. I don't want to like copy paste this in, but maybe that's like the way to go. Alternatively, we could we just do both of these at the same time within this branch. I think that's the sensible thing to do. So let's actually define this adjacent tile up here. Not that we'll actually have to use it in every single case, but it's going to be here. So we'll call this... Damn, what's happening with the siren outside? So yeah, the adjacent tile position. It's almost like experimental music, like. And yeah, we just want to modify the things appropriately. There's only 2 things we're adjusting. Okay, so we're subtracting 1 from the adjacent tile, but 2 from this. And then in this case, it's the same logic. All the programming is just copy pasting. Okay. Programming is sensible copy pasting. For some of the time at least. If you're copying and pasting from the internet is not allowed. Usually. Copying and pasting your own code is allowed. Okay. So we need to change this adjacent tile to the adjacent. This reminds me of like the Cave Johnson and like Chariots and the Portal 2 expansion thing. Whatever that was, it was like it was wild that they recorded voice lines for like random maps people made on the internet. And they made it funny. R.I.P. Valve. Okay. So yeah, let's check again. If we're moving left, -1 or -2. If it's right, do that. If it's up, do that. If it's down, do that. Okay, hopefully I made the vector type vec2 be signed so they could be minus. Good. I like zig. I feel like I've done something with zig before where it's like, no, you like you subtracted 1 from 0. This is not allowed. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's not. Where are we? We're after process movement. Okay, we're down here. So yeah, we've done all of these things, and then now we can use the adjacent tile. Pause. We can see the adjacent tile is equal to in the stone matrix. get the adjacent pause from the Y. And then get the adjacent pos X. And it's a global, so it must be dereferenced. Yeah, and then if it is we want to check what this is. We want to make sure this is empty or about. So you can say if the adjacent tile is equal to a tile. Is it boat? It's boat tile. Let's call it path. Is it wait? Is it path? Yeah, it is path. Path tile. Or boat tile. It can move. Otherwise, it can't. So exit immediately. C non exit. Okay, and then if it is, we need to make sure that it's the adjacent stone tile is also empty. Because yeah, this is like a total design choice. In this game, I don't want like stones to be able to push other stones. Like, you know, this is for just like gameplay, this is for puzzle design reasons completely. But narratively this could be justified, and like the stones are so heavy, you can only push them and you can't possibly push more than one because they're so heavy. Yeah, so this one is going to now be the S matrix for the adjacent position. And then we need to check out what this tile is. If the adjacent stone tile is equal to yeah, see if it's equal to a stone tile. Well, it's rather if it's not equal to a stone tile, then it can be moved. Oh no, there may be another tile we need to add in. Oh, this will be such a pain. That's not just like a goal tile, but like what happens when the stone is on the goal. Like technically in this game, and for puzzle design reasons, I want it the case that you can move the stone onto the goal and then move it back. It may be a case of us having yet another string. No. We're not doing that. We might just have two matrices. One matrix is just for the stones, and one matrix is for like the goal positions. And then okay, we'll come back to this, but this is a really annoying issue. 424. Create another matrix to store the goal position. Yeah, update code, like, yeah. Accordingly to fix bugs. Okay. It was 440, I think. Around that. Yeah, okay, so let's say it's not a stone tile, then we can perform the move, so things are good. The move is possible. So update things. And we'll do this in a couple of seconds. But if this is not possible, then just exit the game. Well, you crash the game. You leave the procedure. Okay. So now we need to do some writes. So since we just have a pure matrix that currently just has stones, okay, when we create another matrix, this issue will get solved. Well, we can just set the current adjacent tile to nothing, and then the adjacent tile to like the stone tile. So we'll do like the stone first. So we want to say the adjacent tile. Well, it's rather the position of the adjacent tile in the stone matrix is going to get set to be blank. So I just want to copy the thing. It's just this. This is now being set to nothing, and then the S matrix in the adjacent this thing is getting set to nothing, and the adjacent one is getting set to the stone tile. And then we need to update the character position as well. So we want to say, how do we can just copy it from last time. Right. Oh, we can just do this. Yeah. New character position is just the adjacent tile. Okay. Let us try and compile this. Okay, and so like before we even think about doing the boat movement, we're going to have to do like the separate matrix. But let's just check this is working. Admittedly, it will be working incorrectly, and then we'll fix it. I do not know of anything called adjacent pause. Okay. Let's adjust this. Why did I call it adjacent tile pause? Oh, okay, yeah, for a good. It's kind of unnecessary. It should just be called adjacent pause. All of these things are obviously tiles. moments like these. Wish you had Emacs. Okay. See, like there are at least two ways of fixing a compile variable that compiler doesn't know about. One is changing it to the non-typo version, or you just rewrite the code so that it accepts it. Oops, I clearly didn't do all of that. 417. It is hot, but not as hot as previous times. And yeah, while we're at that, let's do that too. The Zig syntax is I'm internalizing it. 422. Although Zig would have failed that. Or adjacent. Tile equals bit tile. Doesn't know anything called bow tile. What? How does this not know what a bow tile is? Oh, right. We need to like choose which version of this. So we're choosing the bow not moving tile. Wait, how on earth did this compile before then? I'm thinking of something different. Okay. But not moving tile. Oh wait, I did even call it up there. That's a bit embarrassing. Keeps on coming. Adjacent, stone tile equals. I like the Odin syntax so much. No need to declare types. The compiler will tell you. Figure them out. Where's the adjacent tile? And 8, adjacent stone tile. Save. Okay, I'm hopeful, yeah, I'm hopeful it will compile. And I'm also hopeful it will not crash, but we'll see. We will see. And then we'll go and make a different matrix for the goals, and then if there's time left, we'll start doing the boat copy pasta. Okay, it didn't crash, which is good. Now the moment of truth, do these stones move? Oh, and they don't, damn. I'm pressing left and right and nothing is happening. Not fun. Good thing we rendered them. It helps with debugging. Let's fix the bug. Likely multiple bugs. Oh, I mean, no wonder this is kind of failing. We're comparing the S matrix to a path tile or a bird not moving tile, but we actually want the game matrix. And then we use the S matrix for the stone. And then we're rewriting the S matrix with the stones. Okay, I hope that was it. We'll see. So what will we need to do for this other, for like the goal matrix, which will no longer be called the G matrix. Let's call it like goal matrix or like the X matrix. We want to redo the processing so that they get put into that, and then we want to do the rendering so that they go into that, and then that's kind of all we need to do currently. It may be good even at this stage to have some like preliminary feedback happening. Okay, moment of truth. Aha! We can move the stones now. And this is the point at which they're going to erase the goals. Not that you could tell, and not that in this level you can even move them out of it. But, oh, this is a good level since I've already forgotten how to do it myself. Yeah, okay. And already the list of things to do has increased. We're going to have to now later figure out how to do resets. But this is already good progress. The stones are moving. Yeah, let's just... The problem is illustrated by the following. Now when we like catch... Alright, it's a similar issue here. We're not actually going to catch the bug here, but we'll do it properly. Do the proper thing. Okay, this is good though. And yeah, let's see. I can't push the stone into the water, which is good. But here's the problem. Now that the stone's on the boat, it gets left in the water. And I can now do that, and this is definitely not allowed. So there's work that remains to be done. Okay, so let's make this X matrix. And like, yeah, I haven't considered this in terms of the design, but it could be possible maybe to have one of like the goals on a boat itself. I feel like this would just be really hard. We're not going to do that. So globals, let's make the X matrix. And let's temporarily, would like temporarily not fix the bug, but just like port everything over to this matrix, and then we'll fix the bug. So we've got this S matrix, and I want to modify this so that we can see the bug more easily. Okay, so if I put a goal on the middle of this bridge, it will get erased currently by the movement system. Actually, let's just like fix it immediately. It's fine. Through rewriting this stuff, we're gonna have to fix it anyway. Okay, so when we're processing the strings, this stuff here is a bit different now. I think we just want to say if the tile is equal to the stone tile, set the S matrix to that. Otherwise, it can't really be, well, I guess technically speaking, maybe we I'll just have another if statement here. And if the tile is equal to the goal tile, then we want to set this to be the X matrix. It's just the S matrix. I J dereferenced goal tile. Okay, we now want to change the rendering. Here's our render screen procedure. So we're doing that, and then we can actually make this a lot simpler. I think it's simple. I think we can just say, now that we have the two matrices, if it's not 0, it kind of has to be the stone tile. So then, in that case, just get the color of the stone tile, and then render the corresponding rectangle. And then likewise, we want to do the same thing for the X matrix now. And if the tile is not 0, render the goal tile. But yeah, here I kind of want to adjust the size of the goal tile so it's slightly larger than the stone tile. And then it will be really clear when one is on top of the other. So the stone gold tile size, we're going to change it. We'll have the tile, the gold tile size, and then the stone tile size. And okay, if we're gonna make the stone tile, I feel like perhaps the stone tile should be smaller. So currently it's 40. Maybe we could make it like 36, in which case we're like adding like a buffer of 2, so we want to change the offset from 5 to 7. And yeah, let's go to the stone tile size and the gold tile size. So the gold size is remaining at 40. However, the stone size is now changing. This is now changing to it was 36, we said. Okay. Yeah, let's try and compile this. Wait, there might be some. Okay, we'll see what happens. I kind of want to see if it's rendering, and then we'll go back and change the logic in the character movement to use these things. And then once that's done, the land kind of movement will be logic will be completed, and then we update the boat movement logic. Okay. So let's see. Okay, everything is now the stone color. So that's a bug. But let's see. We now can move that over it, and it remains here. So that's good. And oh no. Wait. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. And yeah, you can see here that like the sizes of the rectangles are slightly larger. That is good. So let's edit this again. I kind of want the stone to be slightly gray. It's like it's almost too black. It's almost like an obsidian color, and it's like I'm looking more of like a what even would it be? Like a slate? I'm looking more for a slate color. So if I want a slate, I want something with a bit of blue, more blue in it. So perhaps maybe make this like 44455, I think. And then let's fix the copy pasta color error. This is movement, render character. Where's like the color? Yeah, here we want the first time we're color switching on the stone, the second time we're switching on the goal. Okay. Now let's fix the logic, the movement logic, all of this stuff. So we don't need to worry about like the path, about like a goal tile, if that even appeared in the logic at all. Oh, like maybe there's actually nothing to do. Maybe we are done now. Okay, let's try and compile it. I don't know why I thought I would need to adjust that code again. Probably because we updated like the information in the S matrix, and then I thought that may be reflected in it. Okay. Oh, good. Yeah. This is not exactly a slate color, but it's like we're rendering these in the wrong order. But notice how they're not being erased. Okay. So let's change the render order of those things, and other than that, we can get on with the boat movement logic. Carrying and make sure that the stones are transferred correctly. Okay. So now we can jump to our render procedure, now that we have one, and easily update things in that. So we want to render the gold tile stuff first. So let's copy this, paste it up here, and then delete it here. Okay. Okay, we are so close to being able to delete this line. Well, we actually have done that. So now we can nearly delete this line. And we've already kind of started implementing it anyway, so we actually can. So we need to do it. So now we want to do the attempt boat move. Attempt boat move direction. Okay, so if the movement is possible, all of this stuff is no. This is the stuff to figure out if we can even move the boat. Okay, and then if we can move the boat, actually, before I do this, I just want to add in to do. I want to change the rendering. Change the rendering of the goals to yellow when a stone is on them. This is just like a visual indication that like the stone is like, this is Sokoban, the stone has been pushed into the correct place. Okay, so line 600-ish. So yeah, when the boat is movement is possible, yeah, lots of stuff going on in here. Don't know why that is there. Okay, so So we should say boat movement is possible, so move the boat and any stones on it. Okay. Oh yeah, I should report this bug. It's on stage 2. So let's see, we've got this rectangle bounding box, and I knew this 3 would like come back. It's fine. I'll deal with it. What do we want to do? We're saying if this thing is a boat moving tile in the G matrix, replace it with water and copy to the blank G matrix the thing. I guess I also want to create a like blank stone matrix, and we'll just keep everything kind of exactly the same. Blank S matrix. Save. So I kind of want a repeat of this, but now with an S matrix instead. So now if on the S matrix we hang on, we need to make sure that the problem here is that if there's a stone in the bounding box that's like not on the boat, this would move it, which we can't have. So I think we just want to do it inside this function. We kind of want to do it, we'll use an if statement. It's fine. What is out of bounds double A? I don't know what that is. Oh, array access. So yeah, if it's a boat moving tile, definitely replace it with water. Definitely copy it there. And then we want to say if the S matrix has a stone. Matrix has a stone. Did we just, yeah, we have to replace it with nothing. Set it to 0. Oh, come on. Set it to 0, and then why did I don't know what happened. Set it to 0, and then in the blank S matrix. Why can't I press left here? Why isn't left making it wrap? Weird. Super weird. Are these out of alignment? And then put the stone tile here instead. Okay. There's a new text editor coming down the line. We just need to wait. Okay. These things have been set, and then we want to Loop through it again, but now we just repeat this, but with the S matrix and the stones. So yeah, if the blank S matrix has a stone tile, do the subtractions and set it to the stone tile. Okay, let's try and compile this, baby. What are we up to? 2 hours, 50 minutes. Hey, we might get there. We might do this within 2 hours. No previous expression. What? 626. Oh, I said M8 instead of N8. I perhaps should have annotated the code with copy pasta. We didn't copy a huge amount. And yeah, actually, I think I'm going to leave the rendering. I was going to say like changing the color until next time, but like it's really easy to do. Okay, wait, we're checking the boat logic. We know that stuff works. Okay, can we push these onto boats? Aha, we can. And does the boat move with it? Oh no, it got massively stuck into a blob. Unexpected. Yeah, what just happened? How did it become a massive blob? Oh, it may be because we wrote it. Notice how the stone became bigger. This suggests that we wrote it to the G matrix instead of the stone matrix. In other words, a copy pasta bug, as predicted. So, let's fix that. That also explains why like the boat wouldn't move back. So yeah, we copy all of these things. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. That character should be an S. Let's also update the character position. And how easy is that to do now that we just come down here and immediately see where it is. To start on the third screen, so on the fourth screen. So yeah, the fourth screen was at 48 and it was 10 from memory. Compile. Dude, we're totally doing the colors. Can we do the colors by 3 hours, maybe? but if we go over, it will not be by much. Okay, so now we're here. Aha, and we can now move the stone around. Check that out. Okay. Check me out. Copyright, please. So yeah, let's solve this level. This is now massive spoilers for anyone playing. You're now getting the solutions. Oh no, but I can't do undo. Oops, I stuffed that level up. Whatever. Okay, great, that's now working, so that's what I wanted to achieve today. I should, once I get the color going, the stream will end and I'll post something to the Discord. So yeah, let's change this from 48 back to, was it like 332? I hope so. We want to change the color, so let's go back to the render procedure. Currently we're like getting the tile, the gold tile color, but really, it should really be like gold tile. No, are we only using this for rendering? Wait, we're not adjusting the colors. We're not adjusting the tile, we're just adjusting the colors. The gold tile color should change. So this is like maybe gold color, gold no stone color. And then we want to make a color when there is a stone on the gold. Maybe like gold unfulfilled, or like maybe like gold without stone. Gold without stone color, and then gold with stone color. We should change these colors. So I kind of want this to be yellow if it's one. We could make this a really strong yellow, like full on green, no blue, full on red. Okay, now we go back to the render. Ooh, I need to stretch out my back. I'm going for a run tomorrow with some people in Central Park. It's going to be good. I've been wanting to run with them for several months. But there have been miscellaneous distractions, but not tomorrow. Where's the render? Okay, render screen is here. So when we're rendering the goals, this is what we need to change. Yeah, so the tile color here, we're not going to do this with the tile color switch. We need to do come on. Control Z in the editor, please. Please, please. Okay. Okay. And yes, totally the cursor will appear down here. Okay, so it's not tile size, like it was 5. The offset was here was 5. And what else? It wasn't stone tile size, it was a goal tile size. It's okay. So we can say the tile color here is the goal without stone color. I think we can just say that. And now I want to do a C statement. C C, if the S matrix, if the stone matrix happens to have a stone at this particular point, oh, hang on. Like now, I'm defining tile several times here, and this isn't giving me a compile error, which is massively unexpected. In either case, let's put both of these on the same line and give them separate names. So we want the gold tile and the stone tile to be the things. And then we simply want to say if the stone tile is, if there's something on the stone tile, then the tile color is going to equal, there's several different tile colors. The gold, we'll call it the X tile color. The gold tile color is going to be gold with stone color. And then when we render this, we want to be rendering the X tile. We've already moved that up above. And so if the stone tile is not 0, the tile color is just equal to the stone tile color. There's no need for a switch here. Stone color. Let me do that. Okay, let's attempt to compile. Knew that was gonna happen. I do not know of anything called gold color. 237. We really shouldn't be switching on this. 327. Huh? I thought. Let's just debug it. I think it will compile, but it's kind of frozen. No, it failed. Huh? What's wrong this time? Oh, tile 700. Okay. 700. Yeah, if the goal tile is not 0, do this thing. Oh yeah, what's happening? Yeah. Text message time. Sadly, I'm in New York City at the moment, but I would love to come to Vancouver near the beginning of next month. Compiled. Let's check it out. Didn't crash. Okay. Let's see if the colors work. Yep. Okay. It's like a debug color. I thought I had manually written all of them in. Apparently not. How does this level work again? What's what's the position of the first stone we need to move? I feel like it's not that one. Yeah, that's definitely not it. In either case, so let's fix the bug. The drawing bug. But the colors are swapping, which is good. So it should be straightforward to fix. Oh, is it because I specified the color specification incorrectly? Maybe. Oh wait, what? So we get the gold tile and the stone tile. If the gold tile, if there's actually a gold there, set the color to be the gold without the stone. And then also check the S tile. If there happens to be a stone there, then set it to this. Otherwise just draw it. And then likewise if there's a stone, set it to be that and then draw it. So maybe we specified the color incorrectly. Oh, it looks like I did, yeah, oops. Yellow is just, oh, it's red and green. It's RGB, not RBG. Oops. Oopsies. Okay. Okay. Compile. Okay, and then after this we should be done. And so, yeah, 3 hours, 10 minutes. Basically 3 hours. And yeah. After a morning of boring emails, we did something productive. And an evening of boring booking of trains, literally of trains, planes, and automobiles awaits us. If you count buses as automobiles. But let's and we can rejoice in the gameplay. Aha, that is a good yellow color. Gameplay working. We need to change the map so that there's not. And like I'm failing my own puzzle. That is not in my head repeatedly. This is slightly embarrassing. How do we solve this one again? That's right. In any case, we need to get rid of the goal that's there. Massive spoilers, don't watch this if... oh wait, I forgot to add in the stone in that level. There's meant to be a stone... Okay, we have a couple of map corrections to finish off with. There should be a stone in this corner. Okay. Bad goal, stone, and then what's the other correction? This one looks fine. Let's try and solve it without some undos. Be careful. Ta-da! We solved it. Okay. And yeah, that screen's fine. Okay, yeah, so it's just this one here, and the other that we need to adjust. Yep, and then my game will have 4 functional levels. 4 playable levels, and then it's up for me to do homework of making even more levels, as well as we'll do text next time. I thought like next time on stream I'd like test out some text rendering, but kind of I want lunch. It's been a while. 3:40 and I haven't yet had lunch. Check for out of bounds, read, yeah, we'll do this later. So yeah, change this. Try again. And let's see, this part here, 4 from the bottom needs a stone. Okay. Massive spoiler coming ahead in terms of the solution for this puzzle. But I want to test it out. Like, I designed this in my head. I convinced myself in my head several times. It was like, it worked, and I just want to play it and have the satisfaction of 2 months ago or whatever. Like, maybe it was just like a month ago. Designing, yeah, it was barely a month, well, slightly more than a month ago. Designing a level in my head and then programming it from scratch. I want to complete the loop. And now that I've done the loop once, adding additional levels and playing now will be very easy, since basically all of the core game is done. Well, that's... Okay, the stone is there. So yeah. Let's see. How do we move? Oh, I didn't add in the goal either. Damn it. Okay, there's meant to be a goal in the top right. No. The goal is meant to be. The goal should be in the bottom left. I think. Let's see. Yeah, the ball. It's definitely in the bottom left. Not done yet. Not my place. It's not dark yet, but it's getting there. As Bob Dylan once said. Okay, so yeah, this place needs a goal. 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go. So. Okay. And actually, let's. Okay, we'll keep it here. I kind of want to go. I kind of want to just like play the entire game through, but that will require resetting the character to the beginning. So we'll do that. We'll play through the entire game, and then we'll call it. Then I'll call it an afternoon. Okay. Actually, we'll then back this up, and then it's taken us quite a while to get here. Where's the main procedure? Here it is. Oh, what even are the starting coordinates again? Let's make some globals for those. So I'll say like start coordinate or like car pause. Absolute car pause start x something, we'll figure out. And then the same for the y. Yeah, what are these? So these are going to be, we want to start the game at 3-3. I think, yeah. Copy, paste, Y. What just happened? Why is this no? I didn't ask cursor for you to just like appear all the way down there. Oh my goodness, seriously. Okay. Okay. So let's compile the game for the final time, the 1000th time. yeah, extreme spoilers ahead. Actually, I won't back it up since that will like involve. I will. We'll back it up on stream, and then I'll finish the stream and then do a recording for the Discord. The Discord people want to see what the game is, and now that the gameplay is complete, there we'll go. This game is so cool. I want to play this. Oh no, that's not. That's not where the character's meant to start. That's not 3-3. Look, this game is so cool. I want to compile it. I want to see the source code. And I will say, wait until there is Wi-Fi. And then I can send you the source code over the internet. And you can compile it on your own system. And since the Serenum operating system is sensibly designed, which I don't know of any other I don't know of any mainstream operating system for which that term can be applied. You can know that when you play this game, it's not going to ransomware your system. It's not going to launch a hidden program that will do crypto mining on your computer. A wise person once said that it won't actually be too difficult to take over Windows and become like the biggest operating system. Like people think it's hard, but it won't. It will take time, but it's actually pretty easy. Well, it's not as hard as people think it is. Okay, so yeah, let's do this in the correct order. So yeah, we've got that in here. Then do this one. That up. Solved. Now we need to solve this one. What do we do? Surely we just move this stone on the raft. But oh no, how can I possibly move the stone down now? This seems really difficult. Maybe I can move the raft like this and somehow push the stone back. But oh no, the stone is like blocked. I guess I can't do that. Maybe I can somehow. This corridor is kind of actually a false. It's like a red herring of sorts. I'll keep it in the game. No. Maybe I can push the stone down. Or yeah, I can. You can totally push it down here. But oh no, how do I push it to the right? I guess I'll have to remove the boat over here. Finally I can now move the stone back to where it's meant to be. Yeah. What about over here? How do we move this one? I want to be able to push the stone to the right, but how do I do that? Well, let's push it down here. Push it up here, and then now I can push it onto the right. And yeah, now we need to push it upwards. Okay, great. And yeah, that is a walkthrough, that is a speed run of the first 4 levels of this game. Super stoked to have gotten here. Okay. So yeah, let us let's back this up. And there's now a playable game with non-trivial puzzles on the Serenum. In several months' time, it will be accessible. Whatever's earliest, several months' time, or when it's done. It will certainly take several months to finish. Serenum users will get it distributed over the internet. Okay. So yeah, backup time. Let's just quit out from the editor. We also need to really start implementing undos, since that's like a critical component to this game. I think undos have a higher priorities. Implement undos. Oh no, this is like undos on the Serenum. This is going to be a challenge. Something to worry about for next time. Oh, actually, I want to just think about it now. A super crude way of doing the undo would just be to actually this is not as difficult as I'm like the crudest way to do the undo would just be to memorize the state of the character, which admittedly is really small. It's just like a vector, and the array of all of the stones, and every move just like takes a snapshot of it. The problem then is, will we run out of memory with regards to this like stone array? Possibly. Actually, no, it shouldn't. This the Serenum has like several gigs worth of memory. It's totally fine. And yeah, this like the game is going to be what, like 64 by 12 times 4, so that's like 48. So it's about like 50 squared, so what, like 2500. So it's like 2 kilobytes of memory per move. It's like 1,000 moves is 2 meg. Yeah, this is totally fine. We just put it in some like buffer that says, yeah, provided you don't play like a million moves in the game, you don't expect to redo all of this. It's fine. Okay. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to seriously worry about. We can do the crude undo and everything will be fine. And then later on, if we actually want to care about doing some super optimized Git remembering algorithm for like undo, we can do that. I kind of don't want to. The easier option is fine. Okay. So now let's back the game up. We want to back the game up like it's 1999. The game has some ugly ass ways, but she sure looks fine. Okay, we need to plug this into a USB slot. It should be fine. Okay. This should capture everything. Okay. So let's see. Is it like in the F drive? Keyboard swap needed. What is it? Change to like F. Good. Yeah, this is what we want. So, Serenum backups. But why is Windows refusing to like? Okay, it's okay. Windows is had a hiccup, but it's okay. We need to make a folder for today. Let's see. Serenum version 6. It's 2024. It's July. What's the date? It's the 12th. And let's just we can just back up the donors. Everything else is fine. And let's just do a super sanity check that our code is in here. And we search over everything, search for let go, yeah, gold tile, gold with stone color, yeah, it's all in there. Great. Okay, so yeah, thanks everyone who stopped by the stream today. And yeah, it's satisfying to do some programming and just like have like achieved the goal now of like having most, you know, aside from the undo, and technically like you go back in time enough to a state where like a lot of puzzle games didn't have undos, they just had reset. Or even nowadays, you just find like terrible game designers on the internet who are like, my game doesn't need a reset even though it's a puzzle game, or doesn't need an undo. Anyway, that aside, we've done the main. We now have like a working game with 4 working puzzles. So yeah, next time we'll do the undo. We'll just do the super crude, take a snapshot of the array. We'll have to like figure out how to work with the memory allocators. We might even just, instead of like an allocator that like dynamically increases in size, we might just do some like fixed buffer thing, where like the fixed buffer memorizes like 1,000 moves, and then, ooh no, that might actually fail. Because when we tried to assign a stack variable of that size, things failed. In any case, we'll use the allocators next time, implement the undo. Level reset is kind of hard in this game. Since it's unclear, like it's unclear what should happen if someone presses reset in a screen. Given like this is a game in which like stones can be pushed off to the side of the different screens. How that would work. But yeah, in any case, yeah, see everyone next time, and yeah, enjoy the summer or winter, depending on which part of the world you are in.